Hello and welcome to day 15 of remote learning. I bet you can guess looking at these pictures what we're going to be talking about today. And it's prisms. Now, I'm doing this on Monday midday, so I didn't see all of your photos yet. I just took some. Don't be offended if yours isn't here. I'm sure you'll see one of yours by the end of the week. So, what I have here is I have some rectangular prisms, the fish tank, the Jenga block, the Tabasco box, rectangular prism. Ooh, catcher in the rye. Bet a lot of you have that at home. Rectangular prism. This one, I liked it. Very close to a rectangular prism. I guess the sides are a little rounded, but I like it. Also have here triangular prisms, the Toblerone, these, I forget what they're called, these little blocks that click together, whatever this is in the middle, triangular prism. And I like how somebody got creative and was like, yeah, this looks pretty close, and they even drew it in for me. I like that. So, before we get into any calculations, just want to talk about some of the terms. I'm going to concentrate now on the triangular prisms because they make it a little easier. Because rectangular prisms, all the sides are rectangles, so sometimes the terminology gets a little tricky. But if I start with this Toblerone, the triangle here and the triangle on the other end that we can't see, those are considered the bases of your prism. So for example, if I go to the middle here, this is a base, and what would be on the bottom? A triangle is the base. Here, the triangle is the base. The base is what it's being named. So if it was a pentagonal prism, the pentagon would be the base. If it was an octagonal prism, the octagon would be the base. Even this one here, this side, this triangle is the base. The other sides, what color should we use? Red. These, usually they are rectangles, but they were always parallelograms. These are called the lateral faces. How many lateral faces does this triangular prism have? The one we can see, the one on the bottom, and then the one on the other side. So there's 3 lateral faces here. Okay, if I go to this, whatever this is in the middle, then this is the lateral face. And there's 2 more of them too. Oops, I shouldn't have used red, but here, right, these rectangles are the lateral faces. Okay, so there's always 2 bases of a prism, and then there are the lateral faces that connect the 2 bases, that go in between the 2 bases. Like I said, I concentrated on the triangular ones because with the rectangular prisms, I would have to tell you which one the base was. It's not easy to tell because all the sides are rectangles. So moving on. You can always think of a prism as taking your polygon, the base. So in this case here, the triangle, and stacking lots of triangles on top of it or behind it. Okay? So when we talk about all of these solids we're always going to be talking about the surface area and the volume. Okay, so for I mean, the volume's the most important part, and I think that's what would be on the regions. Not that you guys are having one right now, but all right. The surface area just means add all the side areas together. Right? So if I even just jump up to this one above it, if I want the surface area, I would add the area of 2 triangles and then the area of the 3 rectangles wrapping around it. Okay? So sometimes we just call that SA. And the volume, okay, is how much can fit inside. On the Regents formula sheet, they would tell you the volume is big B, capital B, times the height. What this means is the big B stands for the area of the base times the height. So if I look, remember, it's like you would find the area of this triangle over here. Oops. And then you would multiply it by how many triangles you're stacking behind it. Let me start to do this first one, and then I'm going to let you do it. I feel like obviously the name of the solid shape to the right is a triangular prism. Now, this is where I'm just going to start giving you hints, and I'm going to have you try to do it. For the lateral surface area, that means all the rectangles. So you want to find the area of this one in the front, then the area of this one on the side, and then the area of this other one. So this is going to be 3 rectangles. Okay, now my hint to you is if you need to find this side, just remember that this triangle is a right triangle. So what can you do with right triangles? Use the Pythagorean theorem. All right, anyway. Now, if I want the total surface area, then you take the lateral area and you add the area of the 2 bases to it. So you take the yellow, but then you add the area of the triangle on the top and the triangle on the bottom. And then remember that the volume equals the area of the base, area of the triangle, times the height. See if you guys can finish the rest of these. And you know what? I'm not going to post the answer key at the same time because I'm kind of afraid that some people might just look at the answer key. I want you to try this, and then tomorrow I'll post the answers for you to look over. Okay?